All right, let's talk some Skyy more. Why don't we? I thought he looked good. I can't say he looked great, but I think he looked promising is maybe the way I view this because, and we'll get into the film study and I'll talk more about it. But again, you care less about results in the preseason and you care more about are you winning and are you making moves that can work at the NFL level? And the first move I want to show is going to be one where the ball does not even come his way. This is kind of a concept not even really designed for him, but still, it's a one-on-one matchup in man coverage. So the corner doesn't know if it's a play designed for Skyy Moore to get the ball or not. It's going to be a one-on-one matchup, and watch what happens. So right away, Skyy Moore, gets a clean release at the line. There isn't much contact, and he's by the defensive back trying to cover him. And this is where the incredible speed of Skyy Moore can really come in handy, I think, for the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is where I think maybe they drafted him a little bit of like, a lot of people viewed Skyy Moore as just a slot guy. I think he is someone who can win on the outside. I don't think he is just a guy who can, has to be a slot guy. I'm not going to say he's a Tyreek Hill type, but maybe fits that mold a little bit of someone who, when you saw him in college, you thought mostly just a slot guy, but actually has the ability to get open deep as well and to win these one-on-one matchups on the outside using his speed. Again, as you see, throw goes somewhere else, that didn't matter, but it's just a little nugget that kind of makes you think, okay, well, this is something that I could see potentially working at the NFL level. I thought there was a chance it could work at the college level, but it's always so tough to tell. You're going up against corners who run like 4.8s, like you're going to run by all of them. So, it's difficult to see if it translates at the NFL level, and it's at least translating to some degree. And then you also have this play, which is going to be, again, this kind of one of those, like, the results weren't necessarily there, but there still is stuff that I think you can get excited about if you are a Kansas City Chiefs fan. So it's going to be essentially the same thing. Single safety deep coverage and a one-on-one matchup. The concept itself is slightly different, but it doesn't really matter. The main things that we need to know are the sidelines are going to be open. Skyy Moore is running a deep route on the sideline. The difference this time, though, is the ball's going to come his way. Watch how right when this play begins, again, he's just able to get wide open. He beats that corner. I don't know if that corner just sucks or what, but he's doing a great job here of getting by him consistently. And this time, maybe maybe the coaching staff saw something on the sideline telling the quarterback, hey, get it over there. He's open. Now, it looks like the corner was able to kind of get his hand in and knock it away. Maybe it was just a drop. It wasn't able to be a catch there, so that's the unfortunate situation, but I think that the positive is that he's able to get open. You like to see the ball skills maybe be a little bit more clean, and that would allow him to be able to make a catch and potentially turn it into a lot more yardage, but at the end of the day, that was not able to happen. At least you were able to, it shows that he can get open. There's also this play, which, if I'm being honest, I thought it could have been a little bit better from Skyy Moore. This is the weird thing with talking about preseason in general, is just like, this is a play I saw, a play that I think that maybe you could do something better. It is a nitpick, because that's what we have to do. We just don't have that much of a sample size of Skyy Moore. So on one hand, I might be giving him too much credit, beating a corner, a couple of times. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit for that because of the small sample size. Well, maybe I'm giving him too much blame because of the small sample size here. What I try to do is do neither. Just kind of say, this is what I saw, these are the things that I noticed, and then does it, follow with what I saw from him in college. So those deep shots, I saw those in college, and he was able to do that stuff in college. And so it's not necessarily for me he only got open a couple times. I'm not going to put too much into it because there is a bigger sample size there with the college stuff. This play is much more of a quote-unquote slot receiver type route, despite the fact that he is not playing in the slot. He wasn't playing in the slot. He was an outside receiver in this game, so maybe that's how they're going to use him. I don't know. Or maybe they just wanted to see how, give him some reps out there. I can't really say. But you see the route. It's just kind of getting underneath in this gap in coverage on a 2nd down and 9, try to gain some yards for the next play. So again, he's not in the slot, but it's kind of that kind of mindset of you're kind of just trying to get some yards here, not trying to win down the field and get a bunch that way. That's not the goal here. It'd be nice if you could do it, but it's not the goal here. Now, we're going to talk about route running. Watch what happens. Right when this play begins, Skyy Moore, it's a little bit blurry. He's already showing what he's doing. Unless this is just a very good trick, which we know it isn't. Maybe the corner thinks it might be. He's showing what he's doing. Now, maybe it's possible he's doing this to try to draw the corner away so the other player can get open, because that actually is working. You can see how the player sort of next to him is getting open, but I don't think that's the case, because I don't think he knew that no one would pick up that other player, because there are other Packers players who can do that. So maybe you could say this was a 100 IQ play. To me, this just looked like he wasn't doing his due diligence in route running. But again, this is just why taking anything away from one play is going to be tricky. But at the same time, is it fun? Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot. So it goes both ways. So what have we learned about Skyy Moore in this preseason performance? I think we did learn stuff. I do think so. I've always kind of maintained in preseason. I think people get the idea wrong of preseason. I think people think, you can never really take much stock into the preseason because you're going up against backups. I never believe that, because all we have from Skyy Moore is him going up against college players, which is even worse. So, an NFL backup is a superstar in college. So, to me, the main concern and the main problem you have with a situation like the preseason is simply just it's a small sample size. We don't get too much. I have to sit here and nitpick underneath route that he might have actually done his job perfectly. There's a real possibility that's what happened, and maybe someone who played the position will know better than I would. But at the same time, the main thing and the main reason I wanted to make this video is I saw him getting open down the sideline. Like, that's super exciting, because is he the next Tyreek Hill? Okay, probably not. That's probably not going to happen. But is he someone who can serve that role to a much lesser degree? That is possible, whereas it was certainly a question mark when they drafted him, and it certainly still is a question mark. But you just feel like there's a better chance than we felt yesterday about it, and that's all you're hoping for. At the end of the day, we're never really going to know until we see him in an NFL game, and realistically, we're not going to really know until we see him in a number of NFL games. But this is all you're hoping for. If you're a Chiefs fan, you got rid of Tyreek Hill, you're hoping for which I actually think their receiving core is underrated. I think that they have some guys who can play. I don't think this is a bad receiving core whatsoever, especially if you count tight ends, because they have the GOAT receiving tight end in Travis Kelce, and maybe just the GOAT tight end altogether in Travis Kelce. So when you add that in, I think it can work. I think that, having someone like Skyy Moore who can win in several different ways, it's hard to imagine a scenario where the Chiefs can't figure out a way to use him, given their offense and given their quarterback and given their head coach. So that's what I thought of his performance. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.